Hey guys, my name is Siddharth Pereira, but in the music world, I'm known as Sid. That's S exclamation mark D. It's very confusing. Lots of people get confused. So, this is gonna be my first ever tutorial, and if it does well, then I may make another one. But I need to see how it does. So, let me give you a little bit of background about me and about the whole genre of future house. So, I got into EDM production about 3 years ago. It was during the time Mesto was on the rise and Brooks was on the rise, and those two were, and I think even Mike Williams was on the rise back then. So, those three artists are probably my biggest inspirations, and Jonas Aiden, but he does bass house, and this is not a bass house tutorial. So, those are the three biggest inspirations in Future House, along with the likes of J.S. Carr, Dirty Palm, and I guess Conor Ross, but now even he's doing bass house a lot. So I'm gonna be showing y'all how I made this Future House track today. But before that, a little background about Future House.
Future house is a house music genre that emerged in the 2010s in the United Kingdom, described as a fusion of deep house, UK garage, and incorporating other elements and techniques of other EDM genres.
Okay, so now that we know and we're all refreshed about Future House, let's get right into the tutorial. I'm just gonna put my headphones on. Okay, alright, should be working. Alright, so let's begin. I started by putting down this melody in the piano roll, right here. Yeah, okay. So here's the melody. So that's actually the melody. Then here's the chords, and here is the bass line. Right. So I'm gonna just solo everything and show you how it sounds without anything else. Then chords and the bass. So that's what I did first. Then I normally go right into the lead, which is what I did here. Right, so here's the lead. Here we go. It's made of 6 layers. Well, 5 layers and 1 attack booster. Let me just turn off the effects first. Second layer. Third layer. Fourth layer. Fifth layer. And the attack booster. Now that's put to 6 different channels, which are all routed to this bus. Now in the bus, let's just turn off the other effects. Firstly, we have a Camel crusher. That's adding to the fatness. Then we have an OTT, which is adding compression. It's a multi-band compressor. Right, then we have Vallhalla VintageVerb, which is adding a very little reverb. You could do the same thing with reverb too, I'm guessing, but VintageVerb is what I use because I feel easier for me. So this is how it sounds. Then I have a shaper box. Then I have another VintageVerb that's actually going here to this automation clip here. Yeah, so I'm automating the reverb on the last one. Right, next up we have the chords. Yeah, chords. This is how they sound without any effects first. Let's try that. There are 4 layers. It's this layer which is adding the attack, and it's also adding a saw wave buzz. This is just a simple software. Now for processing, we have a Camel crusher, OTT for compression, VintageVerb for a little reverb, and Shaper Box for the sidechain. Next up, we have the bass, which is the thing I'm most proud about this entire track. And the thing is, when it comes to a Brooks style future house track, the bass is very important. So here's how it sounds without any effects. Well, let's go. Now you're gonna see me using Serum and Silent only. I do have Spire and Massive, but these two are my favorite plugins for sounds. So right, let's begin with the effects. Firstly, we have a Camel crusher on it, which is distorting the crap out of it. This is yeah. So then after that, we have an OTT, which is compressing it. Then we have a Shaper Box, which is sidechaining. Then on top of all of this, we have parametric EQ cutting the lows for the sub bass to fit in. Now talking about the sub bass, here it is. The sub bass is literally just this. Listen, for people using a phone, you're gonna want headphones, and computer also you're gonna want headphones. Firstly, I cut all the highs like this. Then I have a Shaper Box sidechaining. Then we have the plucks. Now about the plucks, so if you're gonna notice that I've actually routed all of these to 5, these two to 5, which is the 2 plucks. This is wrong thing. This is actually a bass preset, and this is just a pluck, messed up pluck too. They're all from the Ultrasonic Feature House Essentials Volume 1 pack. Not sponsored, but it's a really good pack, and I use the sounds a lot in all my tracks. So yeah, I definitely recommend you get that pack. This is having the same processing as the leads. So it's just the Camel crusher, OTT, VintageVerb, Shaper Box, and then again the VintageVerb automation clip. But I have another thing here, which is the whistler, which Mesto shows in one of his masterclasses. On that, I just have a sidechain, which is, I think, bus 19. Yeah, it's just a Shaper Box with the sidechain preset. So altogether, that sounds. That's actually adding a lot to the track. So now let's go into the drums, I guess. So firstly, I have a very punchy kick, and it's from a stick sample pack. It's the volume 5. It's a really good sample pack. This is the bite kick. I use it in all my tracks. Then I have the pre-shifted clap loop from Ultrasonic Feature House Essentials Volume 1. Right, then I have a couple of growls and bass shots from Kashmir Volume 3. Right, so here's how that sounds. This is just the effects. Then it repeats, but this time with this hi-hat pattern. Anyway, so now that we're done with that, let's move on to the build-up, which is probably one of the most important parts of this track. It's the tension that it's adding so you can hit the drop. Now, when it came to this build-up, I was very lazy and I just added this simple snare roll. Yeah. Then once again, I was damn lazy and I just added this simple fill. Normally, I spend a lot of time making my fills, but for this one, I just added this. Right. Then I quick rendered the audio clips as its own separate file, which is like this, and I added a filter automation and a pitch automation. Then I have this sound, which is the lead. It's lead with a lot of reverb and it's reversed. So I actually have it here during the drop also when it's going to the second part. So that's pretty much it for this track. I mean the build up is so lazy. Y'all should definitely add more to the build up. I think I'll leave an FLP in the description if I have the time. So there'll probably be a FLP in the description. Y'all can download it and just mess around with it and see what y'all think. Don't release the track as your own. I've heard people do that with free FLPs, so please don't do that. I spent a lot of time making this track. Actually, how long did I spend? Let's see. About 2 hours and 11 minutes on this track. And I think most of it was actually recording this. This is like the 4th time I'm recording it because I messed up many times. Right, so here's how it all sounds together. For watching the video. If this video does well, then I'll probably make another tutorial. But thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, dislike if you didn't like it. Tell me what I can improve on, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.